everyone, it's Heather here to do your first book review of the month. Which one do you think won? We shall see. This one I will say was in first place, and I was not surprised whatsoever at all, and that is The Selection by Kiera Cass. Is it Kiera? I don't know. But anyway, we're just going to get right into the book. And as always, I'm going to start by reading the actual book jacket or book description right here. So here we go. For 35 girls, The Selection is the chance of a lifetime, the opportunity to escape the life laid out for them since birth, to be swept up in a world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, to live in a palace and compete for the heart of the gorgeous Prince Maxon. But for an American singer, being selected is a nightmare. It means turning her back on her secret love with Aspen, who is a caste below her. Fierce competition for a crown she doesn't want. Living in a place that is constantly threatened by violent rebel attacks. Then America meets Prince Maxon. Gradually, she starts to question all the plans she's made for herself and realizes that the life she's always dreamed of may not be compared to the future she's never imagined. So, let's talk about the plot. Pretty much, it starts off with America being selected to participate in what I call The Bachelor. Everyone has seen that show. Everyone knows the premise of it. It's about, being selected to compete for the heart of a gorgeous guy. And that's what I feel like this book kind of is, which I've never really watched The Bachelor before. I have no desire to. But, this book did draw me in with that premise I've had. And it was a good book, I will say. I did really enjoy, I liked it. It reminded me of a lot of things, so like The Bachelor. It also reminded me of the Hunger Games, as in the aspect of different caste, And in the Hunger Games, it was different districts, The higher district up you were, the poorer you were, which is the same in this book. America is caste 5, and pretty much every caste has a different thing, as the Hunger Game does, Certain districts represent certain things, like miners and fishers and all that stuff. She was like a part of like the artist type of caste, they weren't insanely poor, but they were not even close to rich at all. And so that's that. And, I don't mind reading that. I love the Hunger Games, but I just feel like we can, not subtly do the same things. I don't know. Anyway, into that. So we're going to talk more about that. So pretty much America gets selected, and she does not want to get selected. She signed up for her boyfriend Aspen because he asked her to, and like the fool she was, she did. And she was picked among many, many of other girls. And so yeah. So and for that, we're going to take a dive off into relationships. We're first going to talk about Aspen and how much I do not like him. I don't know if there's a lot of people that do like him, but I did not like him at all. Yeah. There will be maybe spoilers, so I don't know if I should put a spoiler warning. But, I'm not going to give the whole plot away, but I will give some points, so I don't know if I'll just put up a spoiler warning. Okay, so Aspen is a great guy. He's a caste below America, so he's a 6 while she's a 5, so he's way poorer than she is. He's like a clean guy. So they've been in a secret relationship for like 3 years. No one's really known it. Maybe it's been a couple of years. I don't know. It's a year and some change. But yeah, they meet in her treehouse late at night and they talk and stuff. And at first I thought Aspen was a really sweet guy, but then I saw a side of him that I did not like, and I don't like that in men at all. So, and what is that, you ask? What is that, Heather, that you really don't like in men? Well, it's thinking that men have to provide all the time and women can't. I just really hate that. Anyway, so the whole thing was in The Selection, I think something comes along the line where America finds out that Aspen maybe proposed to her, so she gets all getting excited and cooks him a huge meal for him and surprises him, and he just goes like crazy on her, and he's like, I don't want you to provide for me. I don't need you to provide for me. It's my job, not yours. Like I understand that. I understand that for guys, but I don't understand the fact that he got so upset about it, Who would be crying if a woman cooked you an awesome meal? She's just trying to show you that, she wants to put in as much of this relationship as you do. And I just feel like that was just like a slap in the face to America. Like, I was like, oh, that was really harsh. Maybe that was a huge spoiler. I don't really care because I'm just upset about that, honestly, so I'm going to say it. I was just like, and Aspen was just a type A jerk, and I was like, Good riddance, Aspen. Forget him. Forget him all. Anywho, so you guys know I already don't like Aspen. As for America, I liked her, but I didn't love her. She was, well, no, I kind of loved her too. It's kind of a weird relationship with America for me. I love the fact that she, you know, went into this blindly and didn't really want to go in it. So I liked that she wasn't very competitive going into it. I liked how she was befriended everyone she met, and she was just very sweet and nice, and she, you know, that was great. I didn't like the fact that she was just so hung up on Aspen all the time, because I wouldn't understand why, because he's a jerk. But, you know, I wasn't in love with Aspen. She was. So I don't know. So I did like America. I really did. It's just the whole fact of her even being in a relationship with that guy. Yeah, no, I take that back. I guess I would be in a relationship with him too. It's just that whole explosion thing after I read that. I was like, no thanks. But I like Prince Maxon from the start. I liked him because he was a very genuine type of prince. And first of all, he's a prince, so of course I want to like him because, you know, princes are amazing, you know. But I felt like he was a very sweet, nice guy, and he, you know, really cared about these girls and he really wanted to find his true mate. And I love that his relationship with America, I thought it was just beautiful, and it was just, you know, it wasn't love at first sight, which, you know, I believe in, but then I'm like, you know, you need more in depth to that as well. But I loved that. So I really liked Prince Maxon, and I liked the relationship that him and America had. As for the other characters, I really like Marlene. She was a sweet, sweet character. Every book needs a really sweet character that you just like, you want to make sure you're safe and protected no matter what. And then, of course, there's a lot of the other girls that were in the selection that were just okay. They weren't very strong runners. They weren't very strongly known in the book, so I honestly forgot about them. And then there's, of course, Celeste, which was the biggest, baddest mean girl ever in that book, and she was just the jerk that you see in those movies that always try to monopolize their way to the top and to do whatever it takes to win. You know, there's always those girls in those books and movies that you just hate, and you love to hate them. So she was written very well. I hated her from the start, so good job, Kiera Cass, for writing that, because you did what you were aiming for. But yeah, so the characters overall were amazing. You know, I said what I had to say about them. And for the plot, you know, it was just, I have a hard time summarizing this book for some reason. I really did enjoy this book. I'm having a hard time summarizing it. I don't know why. But it was basically, you know, like an episode of The Bachelor, plus you have a country of rebels that come in randomly, they actually break into the palace, which astounded me. But, you know, that was scary too, and there's wars going on, and Prince Maxon is trying to figure out what to do in certain situations, and it's just a very good book. I'm going to give this book a 4 out of 5. The reason why it is not a 5 out of 5 is because of that jerk Aspen, because I just did not like him so much. Like, I was like, I really, really don't like you. Maybe if that, I felt like if, you know, I don't know. The ending was, you know, somewhat of a question. There's obviously going to be a love triangle, and I already know who I'm siding with, as I usually do with books. I always have a very strong sense. But, you know, I just read a book this month that I'm very questioning which side I'm going to go on, so I don't know. But next, so I'm excited to read the next book in this series. But yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I love the aspect of everything about it. I love the cover. I don't know why I'm saying that, but this is one of my favorite covers of 2012, I have to say. But yeah, so if I recommend you buying this. I don't recommend you borrowing this from a friend or borrowing it from the library. I think this is one you need to add to your collection to keep at home. I think it's a very good book that you would enjoy. So, you know, go read The Selection by Kiera Cass. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.